It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchenland USA, Advanced Car Care Center, and Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good Monday morning to you. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. It was certainly a sunny, warm weekend. I was driving the Jeep, and it was just delightful. So we'll see what the week has in store. Make sure you stay tuned for Wake Up Weather with Abby Dyer. She'll tell you when we may have some rain, maybe some spots already seeing rain. So let's get to some news because we have a lot to tell you about.
Okay. In case you missed it over the weekend, there was news that a man in Arkansas was killed by a bear. The 60-year-old man was camping near Mount Judy, Arkansas, which is a beautiful area. Family members couldn't get a hold of him after a couple of days. They asked for law enforcement to do a well check out there. And sure enough, they found that he was dragged away from the campsite and mauled by a black bear. The state crime lab confirmed that he was mauled by an animal, and the assumption was that it was a bear because the man had apparently told family members that the bear was around his campsite and had sent pictures of it. So now authorities are trying to locate that bear.
Well, I can't remember a time in the Ozarks, and we've been covering news here for 20 years, that somebody's been killed by a bear in our area.
I cannot either. I mean, I remember it being in the news when we were in the Smoky Mountains on vacation.
Yes.
Oh gosh, 5 years ago or something. And there was the exact same story had happened there. But yeah, I don't recall one here.
Yeah,
so,
you don't hear it very often. Sad story. Well, as the morning commute begins, heads up on the roads this week. A major thoroughfare in Ozark is now shut down and will remain closed for about a month. This is something that a lot of people drive. It is the eastbound CC overpass that goes over Highway 65, the eastbound direction. So from Nixa, Fremont Hills toward Lambert's. The highway department there is adding an extra left-hand turn lane from the eastbound CC onto northbound Highway 65 in Ozark. So when it's finished, there will be two left-hand turn lanes on the northbound 65 off CC, but it ain't going to be finished for a month or so. So until then, you cannot get across CC from the Fremont Hills area to Ozark or onto Highway 65 northbound. So you have to figure out detours. A lot of people will be taking those.
Mm-hmm.
Campbell's going to be even more crowded. Can you imagine all the people headed to Campbell and then north?
Yeah, and it's kind of an interesting time because what's the other one that a lot of people used to detour? Gosh, what is it called? I think it's like Kissick or maybe Kissimmee. It's over the Lake Springfield, like kind of back by Evans Road.
That neighborhood, right?
Yeah, that one. See, that has a section closed too right now, like off of Evans Road, right by the Mercy Orthopedic Hospital. So that has like a probably 100-yard section of it totally closed down.
Yeah, a lot of people be driving down to 14 to get on 65, I guess.
Yeah.
And then in Springfield, major construction job now is about halfway completed. 1 year down, 1 year to go. The Renew Jordan Creek project we've been talking about for so long continues in downtown Springfield. Crews, of course, are working to bring Jordan Creek back to the surface after it was buried almost 100 years ago. $33 million project started about a year ago. It is expected to go up until about this time in 2026. There are rotating road closures that are part of that project. So heads up there.
Okay. Another big road project that affects traffic on one side of Springfield's busiest streets is also about halfway finished. The Sunshine Street Bridge project has about 2 more months to go before it's done. The overpass that spans a railroad track was demolished, and a new bridge is being built there by Scenic. It is expected to be completed in December. So lots of things to tell you about on the roads. Springfield, meanwhile, is getting back to 3 license offices this week. A new license office will open on Wednesday in the Liberty Common Shopping Center. That's on South Campbell, right there by Walnut Lawn. The Breast Cancer Foundation of the Ozarks won the contract from the Missouri Department of Revenue to run that. The office replaces the license office that was located on Battlefield. The Breast Cancer Foundation operates 4 license offices in our area, including the Republic location, which they just took over. That office is also scheduled to open this week. The Breast Cancer Foundation of the Ozarks uses the net profits from the offices to pay administrative costs of the charity.
Yep.
You know the one. All right, some new life is coming to a problem spot in Nixa, the former Illusions Strip Club. That building has been purchased by a local insurance agent and will be turned into offices instead. The building on Gwynn Road has long been an eyesore and a spot where police were called to pretty often before it was shut down in 2020. In fact, I remember at one point it was the highest calls for service in the city. There you go.
Yeah.
Allstate agent Jane Young purchased that building and is planning to remodel it as her office space. There's a lot of work to do, so she is targeting January or February to get that open.
It's interesting. I was reading about that, and there's property across the street that's been for sale for a long time, and nobody's wanted it because they didn't know what was going to happen with the former Illusions building, if it was going to be pick right up where it left off. But now, since Jane Young has purchased that building, there's already interest in across the street. So maybe that area will, thrive now as a result of that eyesore being gone.
Yes.
Hey, congratulations to former Missouri State University Athletics Director Bill Rowe. He will be honored with the school's Bronze Bear Award for his support of the university for many, many years. Rowe graduated from MSU. Wasn't called that back then, but MSU nevertheless now. Then he worked as a baseball coach, assistant athletics director, and athletics director over 52 years with the university. He will be honored during the fall commencement ceremony in December. And whenever you think about Missouri State athletics, Bill Rowe is synonymous with all the success that they've had, the changeover to Division I, all the stuff that's happened. Bill Rowe has been a big part of. So congratulations to him.
Very cool.
His Missouri State Bears football team, meanwhile, did not play over the weekend. They will play their next game on Wednesday, kind of an odd game, a Wednesday game at Middle Tennessee State. The Bears are 2-3 so far this season in their first in the FCS. Up in Columbia, meanwhile, the Missouri Tigers climbed up to number 14 in the AP Top 25 poll without even taking the field over the weekend. They had a bye week, and it's sure that next week on Saturday will not be nearly as easy for them. The Tigers will host the number 8 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide on Saturday in Columbia. It is the first AP Top 15 matchup in Columbia in 46 years. And I will be on campus on Saturday for that. At a swim meet.
It's interesting how, so we're going to not be at the ball game. We will be at a swim meet at the Mizzou pool, which is insanely nice, by the way. It's very, very nice. But Ethan and I kind of chuckled at how do they get those two things scheduled on the same weekend? Because hotel rooms are hard to come by and insanely pricey.
Oh, it's going to be completely nuts on campus. We're going to be fighting for parking spaces at a swim meet while this football game
tells me that you will win. You know why? Because Ethan will park illegally if he has to. That's why.
Well, not on a college campus. I won't, because you get towed at a college campus. Believe me, I know that to be true. Unless I'm in a marked vehicle that says KY3 or some other news station, there you can. With those things, you can park kind of wherever you want, but not in my own vehicle. So it's going to be. But everybody, I can imagine the number of people out watching on their phones at the swim meet, the football game that's going on about 200 yards away.
Yeah,
be a lot of us.
It's true.
All right. The Arkansas Razorbacks also had the weekend off. On Saturday, they will travel to Knoxville to take on the number 12 ranked Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee 4-1 on the season. The Razorbacks have lost 3 straight, and it will be former head coach Bobby Petrino's first game back. He's now interim head coach after Arkansas fired their head coach about a week ago. So they got that going on with Arkansas, and the Chiefs, of course, play tonight, Monday Night Football. They will be in Jacksonville trying to win their third game in a row. We will be rooting on the Chiefs, and that's all your sports news after usually a busy weekend. It wasn't all that busy with all the buys.
Yeah. Okay, don't forget, speaking of the Chiefs, that we are giving away 2 free Chiefs tickets to go watch them play at Arrowhead versus the Commanders. That game is on October 27th, so just a few days before Halloween. Going to be a good one. Check it out right now at aroundtheozarks.com. You can enter our contest to win. All you have to do is upload a picture of yourself or your friend in their Chiefs gear somewhere around the Ozarks. Very easy to play.
Not at Arrowhead, but around the Ozarks.
Thanks for joining us for our Ozarks Kingdom Country contest. We've had a lot of winners, and it's kind of fun when they go to the ball game and then they send us a picture of themselves at the game with their free tickets. So, yes, very cool. All right, I think that's it. Happy Monday, everybody. It's another work week, and we hope that you make it a good one.
Yeah, let's make it a short one.
Even better.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Monday. I hope you had an enjoyable weekend across the Ozarks. Things were warm, felt kind of more like summer across the region. But the breeze was nice yesterday, and that had things feeling pretty nice in the shade. Early this morning, we've got temperatures starting out in the low 60s once again, and it will be above average again across the Ozarks. I feel like a broken record, but overall, October has been super warm on average, and today is no exception. I've got a high temperature of 84 degrees in the forecast. The difference in the forecast today compared to the weekend and late last week is that we have a couple chances for some showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. A cold front is in the area, and that brings us the chance for rain, which is very welcome. Grass getting kind of dry again in a few places. Drought still showing up across the Ozarks. So we are talking about above normal temperatures for the first half of the day. I have sunshine and high temperatures that warm quickly, but the second half of the day could bring some rain chances into the forecast. Very scattered in nature. I think there will be an axis of heavy rain back for the boot heel of Missouri today, closer to the Cape Girardeau region, down into northeast Arkansas and into western Kentucky. We're not going to get the heavy downpours, but what I do think we have is some scattered showers and thunderstorms. So I'm holding on to about a 50% chance for afternoon showers and thunderstorms today. Go ahead and pack the umbrella if you just want to make sure you stay dry. Isolated showers will develop on the radar. I'm thinking after the lunch hour today, we'll hold on to some of those through the late evening hours, and scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue for the rest of the night into much of Tuesday as well. Temperatures will be slightly cooler starting Wednesday and lasting through Thursday. This is going to be behind the cold front that's bringing us the rain showers and few thunderstorms to the forecast. So a slight cool down is in the forecast for us by midweek, with temperatures on Wednesday cooling off into the upper 70s. However, we will see the warming trend take place again late in the workweek forecast, and that will lead us into next weekend. We're probably going to wind up in the mid 80s once again. So it is a very brief cool down heading our way. Today, 84 for the high temperature in Springfield. I've got numbers back into the 70s and low 80s on Tuesday. Really, the temperature is going to depend on where we get the rain chances early in the day on Tuesday. I do expect we'll have a handful of rain showers and thunderstorms around. By Wednesday, we'll see a partly sunny sky in the forecast with temperatures back into the 70s, lows falling back into the 40s Wednesday night into early Friday. And then we will stay dry in the forecast Thursday and Friday. And then the weekend forecast is looking dry too and rather warm. Some of the long-range charts are indicating that we could have persistent above normal temperatures returning late this week, lasting through the weekend, and maybe lasting all the way through the mid and maybe even late parts of October. Climate Prediction Center putting out a new outlook indicating that above normal temperatures are possible for much of the Ozarks, including most of the Midwest. This stretches all the way up towards Chicago, northern portions of Iowa, back into Oklahoma, down to Texas. And then we've also got the abnormally dry conditions in the forecast. That's kind of going to coincide with where we have the extreme warm temperatures. This is a forecast October 12th through 18th. So the warm temperatures are here to stay. Let's see if it leads us all the way until the end of the month. A warm Halloween, that could be nice. I feel like normally that's when we start to see that real change in the forecast. And oftentimes we get rain around late October. We start to see our leaves change and the real cold snaps start to settle into the forecast. Around the country, what's making headlines to start the new week? It's scattered showers and cold temperatures gripping early October. That's happening across the Midwest and the Northeast. We've got above normal warm temperatures persisting for the Southwest and the Plains, and drought conditions that are fueled and expanding across much of the middle part of the country. Heavy rainfall is also looming for parts of the Florida Peninsula. That's where we could see some heavy downpours, and it's going to be 2 to 4 inches of rainfall for portions of Florida. Meanwhile, out west, there's some mountain snowfall happening already, which is not uncommon for this time of the year, but it is the first time we're really starting to talk about snowfall in the lower 48 as we head into the cooler months. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question. And the question that I had for you yesterday was this: what vegetable was originally used to carve jack-o'-lanterns in Ireland before pumpkins became common? Do you think it was A, carrots, B, turnips, C, potatoes, or D, beets? Well, it would make sense for the Irish to use potatoes, but they did not. They actually used B, turnips. They were smaller, but they did use them to carve happy faces into the turnips and then place them around as Halloween decor. So if turnips was your guess, congratulations. You win today. All right, here's the quiz question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. In what year was the original Halloween horror film, directed by John Carpenter and starring Jamie Lee Curtis, released? Do you think that came out in A, 1976, B, 1978, C, 1980, or D, 1982? You can let me know your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks so much for starting your new week with me here at Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Dry for the start of your Monday, and then rain showers and thunderstorms are possible as we head into the second half of the day. It's only about a 50% chance for rain, so it's not a guarantee for everybody, but pack the rain gear just in case and have a plan B if you have sports going on after school later today. I'll be back to chat with you first thing tomorrow morning. Thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Have a good one.